Hello, family. This is RC Blakes, and I am so thoroughly excited. I'm excited because Queenology 2024 is coming back to Atlanta, Georgia, August the 23rd through the 25th. The host hotel is going to be the Whitley Hotel. Amazing. Women are literally coming from around the world. It is a multicultural, multi-generational, multiracial movement of women from around the world. And I want to invite you and yours to meet Lisa and I in Atlanta, Georgia at the Whitley Hotel, August the 23rd through the 25th for Queenology. For those that have the Royal Court package, it will afford you your entire stay for the weekend. It will also afford you a private, formal dinner with Lisa and I to open Queenology up. It also affords you admission to every event, everything that's happening for the entire weekend. Now, we also have the Saturday brunch and intensive package, which allows you to get into the brunch where Lisa and I will be sharing the messages that God has given us for 2024 to share with the ladies. This year, I'll have my own message, and Lisa will also have her very own message. It's going to be powerful. During the Saturday brunch and intensive, we're also going to have a very distinguished panel of men that are going to sit before the queens and answer the questions that women have always wanted to ask men. It's going to be amazing. Now, also those that are part of the VIP experience, there will be a time where Lisa and the ladies will gather in what they call, I think, the pajama party. And it will be a time where women will have conversation among women. I'm really excited about the culmination of Queenology this year because none other than the incomparable Dave Hollister is coming to be a part of our closing event, the all-white party. He's going to sing the Queenology theme song as well as entertain the ladies, the queens, for that evening. Queenology 2024 promises to be like none other. Those of you that want information, if you desire to be a vendor, Queenology.net. Those of you that may need payment plans, Queenology.net. Let nothing stop you from making your way to Queenology 2024 in Atlanta, Georgia this year. Tickets are going very quickly. I would love for you to meet us in Atlanta, August the 23rd through the 25th. Queens from around the world are coming. Queens from around the world are rising. It is going to be a coronation. It is going to be a crowning.
Hello and welcome to Let's Talk with Bishop R.C. Blakes. R.C. is an author, empowerment teacher, and the proud pastor of the New Home Ministries of New Orleans, Louisiana, and Houston, Texas. His message circles the globe. His conversational and candid approach to challenging content makes him a relevant voice to all generations. Get ready for a life-changing transformational conversation.
Well, hello. This is RC Blakes, and I want to welcome you back again to, let me get in my spot. Welcome you back again to another Let's Talk with RC Blakes. Please, please, please invite some others to come in and to be a part of our discussion today. We're going to get into something that's very, very good, and I really and truly think that this conversation is going to sincerely help a lot of you ladies who struggle in your identity because you don't really know what to do with the fact that you are a strong woman, and yet, society says to you that there's something wrong with you because you're strong. And what I will say to you regarding that misconception, or maybe it's even a misdirection many times, a misdirection of your own personal self perspective that the world plays on you, to make you feel like being a strong woman is a deficiency, like there's something uniquely and innately deficient or broken or wrong with you because you're a strong woman. But in most cases, it's not a misdirection, it's a misconception. The way the rhetoric flows and the way the world discusses strong, confident womanhood is always in a negative light. It's okay. Here it is. Here's a good point. Strong womanhood is misconstrued as much as sensitive manhood is. Whenever you hear those words put together, a sensitive man, your first idea is not like an ideal guy, right? But um, the reality is, every woman that really wants a husband is asking for a man that is sensitive. Now, his being sensitive is not necessarily his dominant nature. It's not his natural nature, but a man that would be a good caretaker of the heart of a woman learns to be sensitive by necessity. That's why you call him a gentleman, which can be almost like a conflict gentleman, because manhood is typically identified by that which is abrasive, that which is durable, that which is rough, you know. But when he becomes a gentleman, it means that he's a man that is in touch with his sensitive side, so that he becomes a healthy enough man to be a qualified caretaker for the heart of a woman and the qualified father of children. Well, when you flip that thing and you hear the concept of a strong woman, it's almost the same thing. It's like society writes you off whenever you put those words together, strong woman. It's like society writes that woman off like they write off a sensitive man, when the reality is a strong woman is a wife. And I don't mean to get ahead of myself in terms of my notes, but a strong woman is a wife. A strong woman is what um, every man that's looking for a partner in life, a partner in destiny, a partner in purpose, he's not looking for a weak woman. He's looking for a strong woman. But if you stop at the rhetoric of society, you will be left to believe that strong women are broken, that strong women are deficient, that they are not, eligible. When the reality is the exact opposite is the truth. Strong women is what God created. Weak women were created by fallen manhood. Men created weak women. Oh, there's a good one right there. That's a t-shirt. God created strong women. Men created weak women. God created strong women. Broken men created weak women. So the weak woman is a product. It's a product of broken men. The strong woman is the product of the Creator, the Almighty. And so I'll say out of the gate, if you're a woman and you're struggling with the idea of being a strong woman, you have to understand that that is female slave conditioning at work in your mind. You got to reject that, because if you don't reject that, that's going to lead to broken consciousness. And what broken consciousness is going to do is it's going to make you denounce your strength, which is who you are, which is how God created you. Now, as I thought about this and as I was preparing for this conversation tonight, I was thinking about, just some of the general misconceptions of what a strong woman is. And the first one that I came up with is many believe that a woman who is many people believe that a strong woman rather is a man hater, and that a strong woman is hopelessly masculine. And I'll say this, and I don't talk politics, because politics is something, you either on one side or the other. You believe what you believe, and you got a right to believe what you believe. So I don't really talk politics, and I don't really talk religion, unless I'm just on my church platform where I'm teaching what we believe or what I believe as a pastor. But when you think about this idea that a strong woman is a man hater and hopelessly masculine, and you think about now, whatever side of the aisle you're on relative to United States politics, when you think about now how the vice president is now pretty much the nominee for president, to run for the president of the United States of America on the Democratic ticket, at the head of the Democratic ticket. And the main thing, or one of the things, let's just put it that way, one of the things people say they have against her is she smiles too much. She laughs too much. Now, granted, she does laugh and smile more than you typically see women in power do. But is that a mark against her, that she's able to be a woman in power and yet be in touch with that feminine side of herself, that she's able to smile and that she's able to laugh? I say not. But broken society says, oh, strong women. I think that may be a problem. It may be such a contradiction that people can't explain it away. Strong women are men haters and hopelessly masculine. They're just always like this. Well, a lot of times they're in that posture because the roles they have to play require them to be authoritative. It's a rare occasion that you see a woman that realizes she can be an authority and feminine at the same time. The second misconception is that a strong woman is one who is antagonistic and competitive with men. And a lot of times that's a misconception that women believe, women buy into yourselves, that somehow, you have to compete with men. And I get it. You do have to compete with men when it comes down to things like corporate America, maybe even in religion, probably in all spheres of life. You got to compete with men to prove because society says that women are not capable. So a lot of times you have to compete with men to prove that you are capable. But the reality is that there are a lot of strong women who are not in competition with men. They're just in competition with the best version of themselves. And when a woman rises to the top of the heap, it's not necessarily that she was trying to outdo men. She was just trying to be her very, very best. A third misconception is that a strong woman is a woman who is an island unto herself with no bridges. That she's just out here by herself, and she doesn't really care about connections. All she cares about is the bottom line, her particular objectives, so forth and so on. And these are, we could go on and on and on and on, but these are common misconceptions about strong women. Now, what is a strong woman? Here's an idea. Here's a definition. A strong woman is capable of balancing multiple roles and responsibilities, whether in her career, relationships, or personal life, without compromising her sense of self-worth or integrity. A strong woman seeks growth, challenges the status quo, and champions equality and justice for herself and others. Ultimately, a modern definition of a strong woman acknowledges her complexity, diversity, and ability to thrive in a world that is constantly evolving while staying true to her values and identity. She's not vacillating trying to please. She's not a people pleaser. She values her individuality over the false idea of value through relationships, and recognizes the differences between her feminine essence versus masculine capacity. Okay, let me break that down. When I wrote this, she values her individuality over the false idea of value through relationships. In other words, strong women many times are written off because their first priority is to maximize their individuality. In other words, she makes her investment into becoming the best version of herself as an individual. She does not prioritize her relational status over her personal status. She becomes the best version of herself as an individual. And then she believes God for, a mate that is suitable, a mate that can accommodate her. But many times she's written off because she values her individuality over the false idea of value being brought to her through relationship. And she recognizes the differences between her feminine essence versus masculine capacity. You see, the essence of the woman is feminine, but yet she has a masculine capacity. In other words, she's created, her nature is to be feminine, to be relaxed, to be calm, to be soft. But she has the capacity to hit a switch, and she can become decisive, and she can become assertive, even aggressive if necessary. But she recognizes the differences between her feminine essence versus her masculine capacity. She is feminine by nature. She can be masculine by necessity. Now, those are my ideas of what constitutes a strong woman. Go to Proverbs 31, or in Proverbs 31, I'm talking to you all like we're in Bible study. In Proverbs 31, 25 through 29, it's talking about, whenever you hear Proverbs 31, it's talking about what is famously known as the virtuous woman. And when you look at that woman, she's so multifaceted. She's so diverse. You know, she moves from soft, feminine to assertive and masculine. She takes care of her husband and her family while she runs businesses, and she's making deals, and she serves her servants even. Isn't that something? She takes care of the poor while she's planting in fields. This woman is complex. She is the epitome of a strong woman. If you look in Proverbs 31:25-29, it reads like this: strength, here it is, strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. What lies have been told about strong women? They say whatever they want to say, and women believe this. To be strong means you pop off at the gums and you say whatever you want and you don't regulate your speech for nobody. That's ignorant. That's not strength. That's weakness. The Bible says this woman is clothed in strength and honor. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. She looks well to the ways of her household and eats not the bread of idleness. What does the world say? The world says that, you know, it's a what's the word? It's a L. You're taking an L if you're a housewife or if you're a mother. You mean you just a housewife? What you mean just a housewife? Wives and mothers are the ones that make the world go round. And this, the Bible says this woman here looked well to the ways of her household, and she was not idle. Her children arise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praiseth her. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. I just wanted to read that for you because it's specifically showing you that this was a strong woman. It says that strength and honor were her clothing. So we're talking about a strong woman here, the woman that the Bible describes here as even being transcendent of all women, because it says down in 29, many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excels them all. She transcends them all. The woman that is described as transcending all women was a strong woman. Being a strong woman is not a deficiency. It's not a put down when somebody calls you a strong woman. It just has to be within context. The only people who are offended by a strong woman, listen to this very carefully, are inferior men and weak women. Now, I hear some sisters, I'll say that again, it needs to be repeated. The only people who are offended by a strong woman are inferior men and weak women. Now, I've heard women say, and I understand it, women who really understand what it really means to be a strong woman, I've heard them say, well, don't call me a strong woman, because when you use that term, people think it means that you don't want a man, you don't want no help, and all of these kinds of things. That's what I want to get into today. The misconceptions, about strong women. Number one misconception is that strong women have a hatred of men. No, strong women do not have a hatred of men. Broken women have a hatred of men. I'll repeat that. Strong women do not have a hatred of men. Broken women have a hatred of men. Loud, boisterous, antagonistic, aggressive, broken women carry a hatred for men. It's not strong women. Don't get the two confused. The idea that strong women want to take control of men and have a hatred for men is a misconception rooted in um, a lot of lies and outdated gender stereotypes, because strength in a woman does not equate to a desire for dominance or the elimination of men, but rather the strength of the woman is a sense of self-assurance and empowerment. Strong women do not have a hatred of men. In fact, about it, strong women love men. Women that are hitting their marks, women that are um, self-actualized, women that are succeeding at every point. It's a misconception, bruh, that these women, they don't want a man, they hate a man. You've been watching too much Instagram. Genesis 3:16 in the Amplified reads like this: to the woman he said, I will greatly multiply your pain in children, or in childbirth. In pain you will give birth to children, yet your desire and longing will be for your husband, and he will rule with authority over you and be responsible for you. Now, God is handing out punishments here, right? Because of the fall. And he says one of the punishments for you is that now I'm going to put your husband in charge. But look what he says. He says you're going to have children, but now your children going to be born in a lot of pain. But even in spite of the pain you endure in having children, you're going to still have a desire for your husband. God put a supernatural attraction within the woman for her man, strong or otherwise. So even strong women love their man. And watch this, even broken women who have not processed their trauma and are still filled with a lot of anger. Deep down on the inside, beneath all of those layers, there's still a love for, she's waiting on a man that she can love that will be trustworthy and healing for her soul. She doesn't know it, but she is. So strong women do not hate men. They just don't, listen to this very carefully, they just don't respond to men that don't have the capacity to accommodate them. And they don't necessarily respond to men that are not their husband. Because when you look at that Genesis account, it says you're going to have, your desire and longing will be for your husband. Strong women don't have, an attraction to all men, but when they find when their husband finds them, strong women, you get a strong woman, bro. You don't need to run from strong women. She can love you from a very real place, from a secure and independent place. Watch this, it's her no nonsense approach that is misinterpreted as aggression. Because strong women don't play the games. They they don't tolerate, they have boundaries that they establish and they enforce. And so what happens is when strong women don't play the games and they don't buy into all of the little tricks, well then, perverted male society says, oh well, strong women, they hate men. They are men haters. No, they just know nonsense, because they're not going to waste up a lot of time with a whole bunch of men just bouncing up and down in the bed, wearing their body out with men that are not their husband. And so you don't get the typical broken conscious woman response from a strong woman. And so because you don't get that, then society says, oh, strong women hate men. No, listen to what 1 Kings 10:1 says relative to the Queen of Sheba and King Solomon. It says, and when the Queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon concerning the name of the Lord, she came to prove him with hard questions. That's a strong woman's move. She has a lot of hard questions. She's not moved by your biceps, your triceps, none of that. Your money. She has a lot of hard questions. It's not hatred of men, it's the vetting of authentic men, or authentic manhood rather, that the strong woman engages, that makes the world say, oh, she hates men, because she's not easy, she's not loose, she's not gullible, she's none of these things. The second misconception is that strong women are inherently masculine. That whenever you see a woman that's accomplished, she's inherently masculine. So if you see a woman empowered or smiling, you don't know how to deal with that. Maybe she's been trained by somebody that you don't have to separate yourself from your femininity to be empowered, because you can say no with a smile. No. I mean, absolutely no. No, we're not going to do it like that. No, it's not going to happen. Well, some women are healthy enough to understand that. But society says that one of the misconceptions is that when a woman is strong, and usually when society views a woman as strong, it means she's accomplished, she's, no nonsense, and she's hitting her marks, that woman is inherently masculine. The notion that strong women are inherently masculine is a stereotype that undermines the diversity of femininity. Strength in women can manifest in various forms and does not diminish their femininity. Proverbs 31:25. What did I just say? Strength in women can manifest in various forms and does not diminish their femininity. One of the issues I have, let me just talk from my sphere for a second, and this doesn't apply to all. But one of the issues I have, there's a book I wrote. I don't know if it's out of print now, um, but it's entitled Wisdom for Women in Ministry. One of the issues I have in the church with women in ministry is that women in ministry, especially but not exclusively in Black culture, because even in white churches now, this is happening. And what I mean by this is, women feel like to be in ministry, you got to try to preach like a man. Like in Black culture, typically in black churches, preacher get down in his voice and go to breathing, and what I call it, they have a heart attack. Well, you got a lot of women now that's roughing their voice up, trying to sound like a man and trying to holler like a man. You ain't got to holler like no man to be effective in ministry. You can talk with your beautiful little dainty voice, and the power of God will fall in the room. You don't have to try to because strength in women can manifest in various forms, does not diminish their femininity. Now, there's some women who are gifted to do that, and it comes naturally to them. I'm not talking to you, but the 98% of y'all decided trying to preach like that, you need to stop. Seriously, because you look ridiculous. You look absolutely ridiculous out here trying to hoop and holler and scream and sweat and jump around these stages like a man. You need to stop that. Leave that alone. Most of the men need to stop it, to be quite honest with you. But let me get on. That's another subject for another day. I'm way off subject today. Proverbs 31:25, going back to that virtuous woman that was clothed in strength. It says in 25, she is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. Notice how the text says she's clothed with strength. In other words, it is something she puts on when necessary. She is feminine in nature and masculine by necessity. When she's soft naturally, but she can be strong by necessity. She can put it on. I'm preaching better than y'all shouting, because strong women are not inherently masculine. Strong women are inherently feminine, but are capable of shifting into masculine energy whenever necessary. And that's a divine gift that God has given to both men and women. That a father can step in and nurture children when mother's absent, and mother can step in and be the provider when daddy's down on his sick bed. That's a unique gift that God has given to us. Here's a quote. A strong woman understands that the gifts such as logic, decisiveness, and strength are just as feminine as intuition and emotional connection. That's Nancy Rathburn. God has given her the ability to shift gears. And just because a woman maybe functions most of the time in a position where she has to make decisions and make moves and she's responsible and she has authority, does not divorce her from her feminine essence. She is feminine by nature. She is masculine by necessity. Going back to the Queen of Sheba in 1 Kings 10:4 and 5, it says, "And when the Queen of Sheba had seen all Solomon's wisdom and the house that he had built, and the meat of his table, and the sitting of his servants, and the attendance of his ministers, and their apparel, and his cupbearers, and his ascent by which he went up unto went up unto the house of the Lord, there was no more spirit in her." Some interpret that as she was so overwhelmed she fainted. That's what some say. But once Solomon's manhood, she started off with what? Hard questions. Solomon answered all her questions, and then he showed her a whole lot of things. Once Solomon's manhood and leadership were proven, the Queen of Sheba was able to relax into her feminine. Her masculinity was of necessity. Her femininity was her nature. When she found a man that was masculine enough, the Bible says she had no more spirit in her. Whoa, she exhaled. And she was able to relax into her natural state of essence, because strong women are not inherently masculine. Now, number three, misconception is that strong women don't value relationships in family. Strong women don't value relationships in family. Strong women value relationships just as much as anyone else. Their strength lies in their ability to nurture and maintain healthy connections while also prioritizing their personal growth and personal well-being. And so this many times is misunderstood because she, like we talked in just a few minutes ago, because she makes her investment into expanding her individuality and self-actualizing, and maybe she accomplishes her goals as a single, the world says, all she worrying about is climbing the corporate ladder. She ain't worrying about no relationship, as if she can't do both. Why can't a woman climb the corporate ladder and be a great wife and a great mother? I'll give you one reason why she can do it. She got a man that's too small to partner with her and help her. You know, in as much as the Bible specifically says the woman is the helped man, the reality is both of us are supposed to help one another. And if you got a woman that has all of that capacity within her, you're supposed to fertilize that as a man. A man is supposed to be able to step in and say, babe, I want you to, hit your marks and reach your goals. And there's a way that you all can organize your lives where you can be the head of the family and do what you do and reach all of your marks, and y'all can work together even if you got to bring some other folk in. Why can't it all happen? The only thing that will stop it from happening is that we got people with minds that are too small to dream out of the box. You bought into the idea that people say, well, a woman can only do this. A woman should only do that. A woman should not do this, and definitely not do this, and that. But Go to Judges. I got a biblical example of exactly what I'm talking about right here. Because it's a lie when you say strong women don't value relationships and family. Now, I'll say this, which I think is a true statement. I think when women many times are ambitious and goal driven and career focused and all of that, I think that it's a mistake to lock in on career and goals entirely with no time for relationships earlier in life. I think that's a mistake. I think a woman should be looking for it all at the same time. I really do. I think while you're young and while you're focused on, hitting all your career goals, you should also, block out time to pursue dating and to not just to be around here hooking up, but dating for marriage, trying to locate the one that would be the one, or putting yourself in a position where he can locate you. But it's a lie when people say strong women that hit their marks and reach their goals and are successful don't value family and don't value relationships. It can all happen. Like right now, don't tell me it can't happen, because my wife, um, I mean, she has 3 or 4 jobs within the framework of our family, businesses that she runs from her office. I mean, there are days that she locked up in her office from time she get up till it's time to go to bed. And I support that. I undergird her. Well, if I can do that in the context of our family business, if she had an endeavor that maybe was not within the context of our family business, why couldn't I do that then? Only reason I wouldn't be able to do it is that I would be a small guy, too small to accommodate her greatness. But let me show you an example of this in Judges chapter 4, verses 4 through 5. And Deborah, a prophetess, the wife of Lapidoth, she judged Israel at that time. And she dwelt under the palm tree of Deborah between Ramah and Bethel in Mount Ephraim. And the children of Israel came up to her for judgment. So this lady was a prophetess, a wife, and a judge. How could she do all of that? In the cultural context of that time, she had to have a husband that was big enough to support her. But it's a lie that strong women don't value relationships. Career advancement and business success are not anti-relationship, anti-family. It is simply self-actualization. A woman can succeed at business, career, and family if she has a man big enough to accommodate her. Listen to what Ellen J. Barrier says. A strong woman builds her own world. She is one who is wise enough to know that it will attract the man she will gladly share it with. You know why it's important for a woman to self-actualize and to maximize her individuality? It's because you got to know who you are before you know who belongs in your life. And if the right man that can accommodate who you are and who you're going to be can find you, you got to be walking in that vein. So I love this quote. A strong woman builds her own world. She is one who is wise enough to know that it will attract the man she will gladly share it with. Number 4, misconception, is that strong women don't make great wives. I know that's a lie. Now, challenging wives, but great wives. You can't be no weak can't be no little weak dude with no strong woman for a wife. I promise you, you can't do that because you just can't do it. Don't try it. Just go on down to your level. Don't even try it. Don't even try it. Because the belief that strong women won't make great wives is a misguided assumption. Strength in a woman can enhance a marriage, bringing qualities such as resilience, independence, and support to the relationship. In fact about it, listen to what Proverbs 31:10 says. Calls her a wife of noble character, says a wife of noble character who can find. She is worth far more than rubies. King James says a virtuous woman who can find. The first woman, Eve, was created in God's image, made for dominion, and made suitable for Adam. She was no weak woman, not the woman God made. She was in his image, she was made for dominion, and yet God created her in all of her glory to help Adam. Well, weak people can't help you. A weak woman can't help no king. Adam was a king. God made him king of the world. Yeah, he was ruling in that garden. He was subject only to God. And then God says, it ain't good for you to be by yourself. I'm gonna make you help me. One that's suitable for you. What's suitable to a king? A queen. Well, a weak queen is not even worth her salt. A weak woman does not make a great wife. Weak women that can't make a decision, don't have no self-control, don't have no self-esteem. This is okay. This is a bad idea. It's a misconception that strong women won't make great wives. Man, we need strong women in our lives as men. Why do we need it? Well, we need somebody that's going to hold us accountable. You don't need no weak woman that's going to let you do whatever you want to do and just whatever you say, No, you need a woman that's going to ask you some questions. Well, what's this about, babe? How we doing this here? You don't need a woman just accepting everything, can't help you. You trying to do great things. You got, you know, 5 different projects going on and she can't help you with none of them because all she can do is grease her lips up with all that stuff and pop all that gum. She ain't got nothing going on between her ears. She ain't, no. Strong women make great wives. I wouldn't have a wife that was a weak woman. Mm-mm. I wouldn't have a wife that was a weak woman. Number 5, um, fifth misconception is that strong women don't want no help. They don't want no help. That's one of the reasons that women said to me, Bishop, don't call me no strong woman because I don't want nobody believing I'm out here and don't want no help. I want some help. I need a man. I'm ready to submit. I'm ready. I just need the right man that's going to honor me and love me and protect me and be a provider. He ain't got to even provide all of it. I can make money, but I just want a husband. I want my husband. I need some help. I can't do it all, Bishop. I've heard that all over the United States of America and even in other countries. It's a misconception that strong women don't want no help. Strong women just want to do it all by themselves. Strong women know when to seek help and support, understanding that no one can navigate life's challenges alone. Asking for help many times is a sign of strength and wisdom and not weakness. I like the way Galatians 6:2 talks about carrying each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. And so it is with strong women. Strong women, um, they won't help, and that's why it's many times more difficult, more of a challenge for them to settle on a man because you have a lot of men that are not, we have a lot of men that are not fully processed yet, but yet they want certain kinds of women. Well, you got to qualify for certain kind of women, a certain kind of woman. If you, number one, if you can't help a woman, if you can't help a woman elevate, how can you be that woman's husband? A husband, that word husband is made up of two words when you search out the etymological origins of it. I forget what language it comes from, but it's made of two words, house band. In other words, the husband is the one that can hold it all together. We got a lot of guys that can't even hold themselves together and yet want a certain kind of woman. No. And then you wonder why certain kinds of women reject certain kinds of guys. And you say, oh, well, it must be about the money. It's really not, many times it's really not about the money. It's just that he's not at a level where he can really help her. Strong women won't help. They're begging for help. They're crying for help. I talk to them all the time. They're crying for help. Yeah. Okay, now let's see. Number 6 misconception is that strong women are difficult to deal with. If you come with a lot of BS, they are, because they ain't, you know, they're coming at you like the Queen of Sheba. They're gonna ask you some hard questions. They're gonna ask questions that only kings can answer, and if you ain't got no answers, they, you know, you probably ain't gonna get no call back. They ain't gonna waste no time. Not a strong woman. They're not gonna give you all this sex, be bouncing around in the middle of the bed, letting you whisper in their ear, blow on their neck, and all this kind of stuff here. No, they shutting you down. They're not difficult to deal with. You just got to deal with them with integrity and above board. But the perception that strong women are difficult to deal with stems from a misunderstanding of assertiveness and confidence. See, when a man is not confident and a woman is, he calls her difficult. When a man is not assertive and he ain't taking initiative and a woman does, he calls her, he says, oh, she got a takeover spirit. She got a masculine spirit. Strong women know their worth and may challenge others to respect their boundaries and values. They're not difficult, they're just clear. That's the kind of woman I got. It's a no-nonsense approach. I don't wake up with no BS, and we don't have no problems. I ain't coming with no lies, and we ain't got no problem. I'm keeping it a buck. It's all on top of the table for everybody to see, and we ain't got no problem. They're not difficult to deal with. You just got to deal with them with integrity and with clarity and with respect. 1 Peter 3:6-7 says, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters you are as long as you do well and are not afraid with any amazement. Here's verse 7 is where I really want you to lock in. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together, the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered, but dwell with them according to what? Knowledge. They're not difficult to deal with. You just got to know what you're talking about. And then you got to be honorable, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel. Respect the woman. Be honest with the woman. Be clear with the woman. They ain't hard to deal with. Just let your yes be yes and your no be no. And don't be caught with no lies in the middle. That's all you got to do. They ain't hard to deal with. Now, if you're a liar, you're a little schemer, a little scammer, well, you're gonna have problems out of a strong woman. But if you living right and you handling your business properly, you ain't got no problem with that girl. She gonna be your best friend. She gonna hold you down. She 10 toes down. She gonna be there with you. She got 7, she gonna be 7 in. Whatever it is, she gonna be down with you. But you gotta keep it a buck. Strong women are not difficult to deal with. I deal with strong women all the time. And because I'm honest, and because I'm transparent, and because I don't have anything to hide, I never have a problem with them. They love me, they respect me, they honor me, I just had a room full of them at the Ritz-Carlton for my 60th birthday. Some of the strongest women in the world. It's got to keep it real. All right, number 7, and I'm done. Here's a misconception that strong women are overcompensating or insecure. That the reason she doing all that and the reason she accomplishing all that because she trying to prove something. She got a daddy wound she ain't dealt with yet. That's why she reaching for all of that. Well, if she accomplishing all of that because of a daddy wound, you might need a daddy wound. The way you sitting on your behind doing nothing and call yourself a man. If she doing all that with a daddy wound, you may need a daddy wound. The way you sit, I'm going to repeat it so you can understand I understood what I said. The way you sitting on your behind doing nothing and calling yourself a man, you might need a daddy wound. But these are psychological games people want to play with you when you are achieving and you're not beholden to people. You're not stuck in a position where you waiting on somebody, depending on somebody that's not dependable. They want to make you feel like something wrong with you for achieving. Some may assume that strong women are overcompensating for insecurities or past traumas, dismissing their strength as a facade rather than a genuine expression of self-confidence and empowerment. Now, in a lot of cases, they were motivated by people who didn't show up for them, and it made them look in the mirror and say, now you got to show up for yourself. But you cannot negate the fact that it takes strength for a woman to rise up and to accomplish certain things in a world like the world we're living in right now. And to write that off as though, the only reason she's doing that is because she overcompensating for, that is a trick of the enemy. That is toxic masculinity trying to facilitate broken consciousness in womanhood, and it doesn't fly. So I say to all of the strong women out there, more power to you. And stop worrying so much about, is my strength disqualifying me for certain kinds of men? Your strength does disqualify you for certain kinds of men. And the kinds of men that your strength disqualifies you for are men that are not qualified for you. Keep doing your thing. Trust God. Become the best version of yourself in every respect, not just career, not just education, but personally, in your feminine attributes, in the way you show up in the world, and you trust God to bring the right man into your life. You just be ready for him when he shows up. But no more are you going to walk around here lamenting the fact that God has made you unique and God has made you great, and that God stands up big and tall in you in spite of all of the things you've had to come through to get to where you are. No longer are you going to lament that. You're going to celebrate that. And everything else, the right people for your life, God will bring into your life. And with that said, I'm done. Hope you've gotten something out of this tonight. I hope you've gotten something out of this tonight. Now listen, don't forget, Queenology is happening in just about a month, August 23rd through the 25th, right there in the city of Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to be at the Whitley, the Whitley Hotel. We go to so many hotels, I can't keep up with it. If you've not registered, you need to do it now. Registration is going to be cut off very soon, very, very soon. If you've not registered, you need to do it now. Remember, all that are registered, your names will be put into a drawing that's going to happen during Queenology on the 24th, that Saturday, which is the main day, the intensive, the brunch and the intensive. We're going to draw from the names of all of the registrants. And you're going to have to be present to win for our Ghana trip. Next year in 2025, Lisa and I are taking the family to Ghana. When I say the family, I mean our digital family. Yes, our community. We're going to Ghana next year. And in fact about it, if you desire to go to Ghana, you need to probably go to rcblakes.com and hit the link now, because last I heard, we're more than halfway to our number in just a week. They've already more than halfway filled that. It's only a certain number of people that we're bringing. So, but back to my main point. When you register for Queenology, your name is automatically put into that drawing for next year. Go to Queenology.net, Queenology.net, and register for Queenology right now. Looking forward to seeing you in Atlanta, August 23rd through the 25th. And of course, go to Amazon, pick up all of my books. In fact about it, at Queenology, I'm dropping my third. It's not my third book, but it's my third installment in terms of my women's empowerment message. The first was Father-Daughter Talk. The second was Queenology. This third book that's dropping at Queenology is The Training for Reigning. Wisdom to Unleash Exceptional Womanhood. I think this book here is probably I wouldn't say the best, but it's probably the most information-packed of the three. The first was a heart book, Father-Daughter Talk, had information as well. The second was a little more information and heart. This one is informational and heart relative to the revelation God's given me. But go to Amazon, pick up any of my books now, and don't forget to go and look in the description and look for BetterHelp Counseling. Those of you that need counseling, BetterHelp Counseling is who we recommend. If you use the link, it will afford you 10% off of the cost of their counseling, and they in turn will make a deposit into RC Blake's Ministries. I'm excited. Thanks to all of you who have sown into our lives. We love you so much. We thank God for you. Now, I think I'm done. I think I'm done. It has been a joy being with you today. It has been a joy sharing with you today. And don't forget to like this video before you leave out. I won't fuss today, but don't forget to like this video before you leave out. I am excited about your life. You are on top and you are going higher. God bless you. Lisa and I, we will see you at the top.
We here at RC Blake's Ministries want to thank you for spending this time with us today. RC and Lisa are always honored to have you with us. Don't forget to reach out to us by visiting our website at www.rcblakes.com. While you're there, you may join our mailing list and receive a free download of The Laws of Manifesting Your Vision by RC Blakes. Also look at all of the online programs by RC. You may find all books written by RC and Lisa. Once again, all of us here at RC Blake's Ministries want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And as we always say, see you at the top.
My queen, my queen. Oh, she. Beautiful, wonderfully made. She's heaven's angel. So strong, even in struggle, yeah. When life comes like a storm from every angle. She rises above it all, the backbone of every home. Nothing compares to all she do. The true meaning of every family. She's the glue. Yeah. Where would we be without you? You brought us Martin, Malcolm, and Obama. Yeah, and Jesus too. Oh, she's sophisticated, strong, simply amazing, humble, honest, and helpful, educated, ebony, eccentric, empowering. She's a queen, she's a queen. You better treat her like a queen. Oh, Her strength is amazing. Life inside, 9 months she's carrying. Back to work, cause the family she's carrying. Society don't give her just due, but she prevails and stands tall. A champion